Yo, what's going on? What's going on, good people? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tenacious and Truthful Tuesday. It is Tuesday. We are here. It is Tuesday. Peace and love. Happy Tuesday, beloveds. What's the deal? What is happening? We are going live from all of the platforms that we can go live from. What's the deal? What's the deal? Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Happy Tenacious and Truthful Tuesday. I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Ray Marston, and you are tuned into another episode of SRDaily. This is the 365th episode, 365th episode of SRDaily. I am rocking my Trends gear. Shout out to the good people at Trends. I did my I did my birthday event there, and then my business launch there back in March 14th and 15th. Good people, man. Brandon and Rodney and their father and uncle, 4 black men, own the business along with their sister. All right, their sister's a part, and they got the whole family involved, man. That's super dope. It is the largest legal retail cannabis dispensary in New York City, like 6,000 square feet. Super beautiful, super big. They got premium cannabis. They got flower. They got vape. They got tinctures. They got cannabis in every form that you can want. They got gummies, candies. They got everything you need, man. They got the infused cannabis infused beverages, the heirloom beverages. They got everything that you need there, man. Go to Trends, support the people. Yo, Sefu Sankofa, what's going on, my brother? Yes, episode 365 episodes, man. You've been here every single step of the way. Every step of the way from episode 1 to 365. All right, this is the year, man. We are more than a year in. We're a year and a half in. Almost a year and a half. June will be a year and a half, and then 6 more months to 2 years. And it's been every single day, man. Monday through Fridays, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m., man. Missed a few days early on because we just wasn't doing Mondays. The year that we started, and then that New Year's Day, and then a couple of months ago, just being exhausted, man, oversleeping. All right, oversleeping for the first time. Right, nobody here to wake me up. Right, soon we'll be in the studio where I'll be able to get to a studio, and if I got a nap, I can nap. But I'll have a producer there with me to, if I do fall asleep, 10 minutes before the show, make sure I'm up. All right, 5 minutes before the show, 3 minutes before the show, I just wipe my face and get to it. Tuning in from East New York, Brooklyn, preparing to serve the people, courtesy of the Connected Chef. Yes, Sefu Sankofa. I'm so proud that you are part of the team. We will soon be adding another family member to the team. I'm super excited for her. All right, we're going to be bringing Auntie into the fold. We should be communicating with her today, get her involved, get her onboarded, man, and get her part of the staff as we prepare to open up the farm stand again on the 29th. So we're 2 weeks away from relaunching our weekly farm stand and Connect the Chef in Queensbridge, as well as 2 weeks away from kicking off our monthly juice and play sessions. Right, juice and play was we make free juices, we do a juice demo, and we have games for the community to engage in. That is starting up again back outside on the hill, outside the community center in Queensbridge on the 29th. So the last Thursday of the month. We're going to be doing that again, man. Super excited. We got next Thursday, we are doing a town hall to discuss all of the stuff, right? We're doing a town hall in Queensbridge just to get the community abreast of what we're doing, bring them up to speed and all of that good stuff, man. So, yeah, I'm excited, man. Yo, Eddie Kruger, what's going on, my brother? Top of the morning. Peace and love from Queens to BK to Houston, Texas, and all that good stuff. My brother from another. Peace and love. But we are going to get the show started. Please do hit the share button. Share this live with 5 to 10 of your friends who may be interested in tuning in. Don't keep this content to yourself. Hit that share button. Hit that share button. Hit that share button. Share this content. Share this content. Please do share this content. Your shares matter. Your views matter. Right? Your energy matters. All of it matters, man. Please do share this content. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys. I am sharing, and then I am kicking it off. We are now getting started right about news. Now, once again, I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Martha. You're tuned into episode 365 of SR Daily. SR Daily is where personality meets enlightenment. It is a daily talk show, 30 minutes, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, where I like to share a little bit of my thoughts, talk about some news, give some tips, right? Build on a couple of things, man. We have a word of the day, quote of the day, and a phrase of the day, changing daily for the first segment. Second segment, as always, need to know news that I think we should be aware of. News from, it could be any kind of news, right? Third segment is always a tip of the day. I like to share a tip, health tip, life tip, relationship tip, right? Personal development tip, any kind of tip. I like to share something that I've learned, something that I've read, something that I've heard or experienced. I like to share with you guys. And the fourth segment, again, is the build of the day. We like to just build on some things, have a discussion, have a conversation. The build of the day is really rooted in you guys' engagement. So when I do these builds and I ask questions, please engage on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. Please, please, please engage me during our builds of the day when I ask questions. Yo, Eliana, what's going on, my love? Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. And let us start with our first segment of the day. Once again, today is Tuesday, May 13th, 2025. Episode 365. Today's first segment of the day is a word of the day. And today's word is actually two words, but is two words. One word is two words that have one definition right there together. Pranic healing. I want to talk about pranic healing. I was doing some reading last night and this morning just on meditation and energy healing and things like that. And pranic healing is known as energy medicine in the palm of your hands. Pranic healing is a non-contact, energy-based therapy that aims to heal physical, emotional, and spiritual ailments by manipulating the body's energy field. It involves techniques to cleanse energy blockages and re-energize the body, according to the Nestled Recovery Center. This approach is based on the belief that a subtle and visible energy body surrounds and permeates the physical body, and its health is directly related to the overall well-being of the individual. Let me read that one more time. Yo, Frankie La TV, what's going on, my brother? Peace and love, peace and love. Thank you for tuning in. Let me read that one more time. Today's word of the day is pranic healing. This is the masters, the ancient masters, they know this. We know this, right? Like those before me. I've been aware of this. I haven't studied as deeply as I can study and practice, but I have been able to, with my hands, heal people, cure people, help people emotionally, help people physically, right? My touch has always been therapeutic to people. I remember years ago, I used to go with my aunt to church in Hempstead, Long Island. My aunt, my big mama, transitioned back in 2023, man. Still devastating, man. Still devastating. But yeah, I'm still devastated by that. Just threw me off, right? But I went with my aunt to church. I would go with her to church every so often. Super dope church, Union Baptist Church, incredible pastor, the best Christian pastor I've seen and met. Yo, Organics Love Tree, what's going on, family? Peace and love. But I used to go to the church, and I would, we would sit like maybe middle, close to front. But when it was time to go up for, to the altar, prayer and stuff like that, I would watch who like seemed to be having the toughest time. And I would go to them and I would literally touch them, like put my hand on their back. It's okay, sister. It's okay, brother. All right, put my hand on their shoulder. Right, sometimes hug them. All right. And I remember somebody going to my aunt and asking my aunt, like, who was that? Who's that? He's with you? It's like, yeah, that's my nephew. They chatting. And the lady told my aunt, right, it's happened at least one time that I can recall. Lady told my aunt, like, there's something special about that young man. He got something powerful in his hands. He touched me and I just felt the presence of God. She said, I touched her and she felt the presence of God. She said, he touched me and I felt the presence of God. And I remember like specifically who the lady was. Yeah, she was a dark-skinned woman, right, a little older, not as old as my aunt, a little young, maybe at the time in her 50s. This was, 2010, 11 maybe, all right, 9, 8 maybe even. Yeah, more so around that time, 2008, 2009. Dark-skinned sister. She had like big hair, right? Not an afro, but her hair was like, it was curls. It was like a style, but it was big. Yeah, she was crying, man. She was having a tough time, right? And I just went up, put my hand on her back, my right hand on her back, right? Turned her, right? Like held her for a little bit, rubbed her, right? Rubbed her back, put my hand in circles, right? And then turned her with my left hand shoulder and hugged her, All right, it's okay, sister. It's okay. She fell into my shoulder and she cried. And she cried, and then I guess she realized what she was doing, and she realized that she didn't know me, and she backed up and was like, "I'm so sorry." I was like, it's okay, right?" So like, yeah. So let's read again. Pranic healing. Pranic healing is known as energy medicine in the palm of your hand. Pranic healing is a non-contact, energy-based therapy that aims to heal physical, emotional, and spiritual ailments by manipulating the body's energy field. It involves techniques to cleanse energy blockages and re-energize the body. According to the Nestle Recovery Center, this approach is based on the belief that a subtle and visible energy body surrounds and permeates the physical body, and its health is directly related to the overall well-being of the individual. Your aura, it matters, man. It matters. All right. I want to read something else from the Healing Arts Center, right, in St. Louis. Pranic healing. Pranic healing is a highly evolved and tested system of energy medicine developed by Grandmaster Cho Koksui that utilize prana to balance, harmonize, and transform the body's energy processes. Prana is a Sanskrit word that means life force. This invisible bioenergy or vital energy, right, keeps the body alive and maintains a state of good health. In acupuncture, the Chinese refer to the subtle energy as qi. It is also called the ruach, or the breath of life in Hebrew, and in ancient Kemet in Egypt and most of Africa, it is ka. All right. Pranic healing is a simple yet powerful and effective system of no-touch energy healing. Right. It is based on the fundamental principles that the body is a self-repairing, living entity that possesses the ability to heal itself, and that the healing process is accelerated by increasing this life force that is readily available from the sun, air, and ground to address physical and emotional imbalances. This is why it's important to let your feet touch the surface, let your feet, not just the concrete, right? Like concrete, I mean, it's better than the rubber, I guess. But get into grass, get into nature. I need to do that. It's hard here in New York, especially in the winter, especially certain parks. People let their dogs shit all over the place. It's tough, right? People throw glass and bottles. It's tough. You can find a clean park, take your shoes off, right? There's a clean park next to you. Go to it, even if you got to travel a little bit. That's maybe not your closest park, but go to it. Put your feet in as the weather warms up. I do that regularly, at least once or twice a week. I live by Astoria Park. Got a thing in front of my house, right? Small yard in front of my house. I like to go out there and just put my feet in the soil, right? But yeah, chronic healing. Get into it. There's so much to talk about there, but we're gonna move right along. In the show. So for us at Town Hall, super dope. Please provide me the details. I need to be there. Yes, sir. The details is next Thursday. We're gonna put the flyers up. We got flyers. We got the flyers yesterday. We had the meeting. We're gonna put the flyers up. We're gonna share them on social media. But yeah, next Thursday, the 22nd, 11:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. Short 30-minute town hall before our food distribution on Thursday. As we gear up for the following week where we relaunch the farm stand and juice and play, right? But yeah, next Thursday, Steph Food is at Town Hall, the 22nd, 11:30 a.m. in Queensbridge. So start setting up at about 10:30, 10:45 a.m. We'll have free refreshments for the people and all of that good stuff. But let's keep it moving. Let's move right along to our second segment of the day. Today's second segment, I need some news of the day. Yesterday's news was so tough. I had to go to some different news today, man, some interesting news, because there's always bad news happening, man. It's always bad news. It's always bad news, all right? Like, it's always bad news to report on, to talk about. Yesterday's news was just so heavy. We talked about the murder of LGP Qua in Philadelphia, young brother rapping positivity, man, robbed and killed for his chains. Insane shit. But today's news is good news, and it is from the Good News Network. Physicists at MIT have snapped the first ever images of atoms, of our atoms. First ever images of our atoms. This, my beloveds, is groundbreaking. If you're a nerd like me, if you love science, if you love new developments, if you love the human body and all of the things, the atoms and the molecules and the neurons and cellular function and all of that stuff, like I love that stuff, right? This is going to be interesting to you, right? They were able to, yo, Dave Easley, what's going on, my brother? Peace and love. How you doing out there in California? Peace and love. How you doing? Yeah, they were able to capture atoms in their free-range state, right? This is cool. If you ask me, let us go to the Good News Network. Once again, goodnewsnetwork.org, and let's read more. MIT physicists snap first ever images of atoms, capturing them in their free-range states. This is from this article is, I think, yesterday, right? MIT physicists have captured the first images of individual atoms freely interacting in space, The pictures reveal correlations among the free-range particles that until now were predicted but never directly observed. Their findings will help scientists visualize never-before-seen quantum phenomena in real space. That incredible. The images were taken using a technique developed by the team that allows a cloud of atoms to move and interact freely until a lattice of light is turned on, which briefly freezes the atoms in their tracks. Finely tuned lasers briefly illuminate the suspended atoms, creating a picture of their positions before the atoms naturally dissipate. The physicists sought to compare different types of atoms, including bosons, which bunched up in a quantum phenomenon to form a wave. They also captured atoms known as fermions en route to pairing up in free space, a key mechanism that enables superconductivity. We are able to see single atoms in these interesting clouds of atoms and what they are doing in relation to each other, which is beautiful, says Martin Zwerlin, a physics professor at MIT. Never seen before. A single atom is about 1/10 of a nanometer in diameter, which is 1/millionth of the thickness of a strand of human hair. Unlike hair, atoms behave and interact according to the rules of quantum mechanics. It is their quantum nature that makes atoms difficult to understand. For example, we cannot simultaneously know precisely where an atom is and how fast it is moving. Current imaging techniques only allow you to see the overall shape and structure of a cloud of atoms, like looking at a cloud in the sky, but not being able to see the individual droplets making up the cloud. The new technique is called atom-resolved microscopy and involves first corralling a cloud of atoms in a loose trap formed by a laser beam, then flashing light that freezes the atoms in their positions while a second laser illuminates the suspended atoms, revealing their individual positions. It's the first time we do it in situ, where we can suddenly freeze the motion of the atoms when they're strongly interacting and see them one after the other, Zwerlin told MIT News. That's what makes this technique more powerful than what was done before. Bunches and pairs. The team applied the imaging technique to directly observe interactions among both bosons and fermions. Photons are an example of a boson, while electrons are a type of fermion. Atoms can be bosons or fermions, depending on their total spin, which is determined by whether the total number of their protons, neutrons, and electrons is even or odd. In general, bosons attract, whereas fermions repel. Zwerlin and his colleagues first imaged a cloud of bosons made up of sodium atoms. At low temperatures, a cloud of bosons forms what's known as a Bose-Einstein condensate. Yes, a state of matter where all bosons share one and the same quantum state. MIT's Ketterle was one of the first to produce a Bose-Einstein condensate or sodium atoms. MIT's Ketterle was one of the first to produce a Bose-Einstein condensate of sodium atoms, for which he shared the 2001 Nobel Prize in Physics. Zwerlin's group, which published their findings in the journal Physical Review Letters, now is able to image the individual sodium atoms within the cloud to observe their quantum interactions. It has long been predicted that bosons should bunch together, having an increased probability to be near each other. This bunching is a direct consequence of their ability to share the same quantum mechanical wave, a wave-like character first predicted by physicist Louis de Broglie, which sparked the beginning of modern quantum mechanics. We understand so much more about the world from this wave-like nature, Zwerlin says, but it's really tough to observe these quantum wave-like effects. However, in our new microscope, we can visualize this wave directly. This is super dope, guys. This is super dope. I love this. The team also imaged a cloud of two types of lithium atoms. Each type of atom is a fermion that naturally repels its own kind, but that can strongly interact with other particular fermion atoms. As they imaged the cloud, the researchers observed that indeed, a coupling that they could directly see for the first time. Incredible. This kind of pairing is the basis of a mathematical construction people came up with. But when you see pictures like these, it's an object that was discovered in the mathematical world, says study co-author Richard Fletcher, an MIT assistant professor of physics. So it's a very nice reminder that physics is about physical things. It's real. Going forward, the physicists will apply their imaging technique to visualize more exotic and less understood phenomena such as quantum Hall physics, situations when interacting electrons display novel correlated behaviors in the presence of a magnetic field. That's where theory gets really hairy, where people start drawing pictures instead of being able to write down a full-fledged theory because they can't fully solve it. Zerlin says now we can verify whether these cartoons of quantum Hall states are actually real because they are pretty bizarre states. Super dope. Like I said, I love it personally. I love the stuff. I love this news. I love the science. I love all of this good stuff, man. Yo, Exploring Urilla, what's going on? My sister Jocelyn Antoine, peace and love. What's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Mona Love, what's going on, my love? What's going on, my love? What is going on? Peace and love. Happy, tenacious, and truthful Tuesday. Let's move right along, guys, to our third segment of the day. Today's third segment, as always, is our tip of the day. Today's tip is to rewire your brain. I want each and every one of you to rewire your brain. You can do it. You can essentially become someone entirely different. You can change all of your habits. You can change your ways of thinking, feeling, and being. You absolutely can. You do not have to remain the same person you've been your whole life, right? Like if there's things about you that you love that are working for you, that are working for the people around you, keep them. But if there's things that you do not like about yourself, if there is things that you want to change about how you think, how you feel, how you react to situations, how you act naturally, generally, if you want to change that, you can. It starts with rewiring your brain. Like rewire your brain. Like I've had to rewire my brain, right, around certain things, right? I'm someone who grew up eating a certain way, thinking a certain way, living a certain way, right? This thing had to mean that. If someone said this or this had to mean that. I've been able to rewire my brain, whereas those automatic thought processes, feelings, and reactions are no more, right? I have more control. I'm more aware. Now some of the thought processes don't even come up anymore. Some of the feelings don't even come up anymore. Right, like the thought of eating meat is never even a thing anymore, right? The thought of eating something, I'm vegan, it's not going to eat certain, it's not even a thought. Like, oh, do you miss it? No, it's terrible. I remember eating certain things. I'm going to be honest, I remember clearly enjoying certain things that I ate, but do I think about doing it again? Hell no, never ever, right? But yeah, you can like rewire your whole brain. You can change your ways of thinking, feeling, and being. You do not have to remain the same person you've been your whole life. If you don't like something about yourself, the way you are, you can make changes. It will take work. It will take discipline and consistency. All right, it will take discipline, work, and consistency. But like you could do it. You got to know that you could do it, right? Many folks have made changes in how they think, how they feel, and ultimately how they act. And everybody's situation is unique, right? Your situation is your situation. Your circumstances are your circumstances. How your brain is, your environment, all of that stuff is very real. But like, you could do it. You could do it. Again, it's not going to be easy. I'm not saying that, but you could absolutely do it, man. You could rewire your entire brain and become somebody completely different. You can. You got living proof right here. And I'm sure if you think back, like you've done it in some ways too. But let's move right along to our fourth and final segment, guys. Before we get out of here, listen, I am thirsty. You guys know Mondays I do my breathing fast. All right. Today is day 13 of our watermelon challenge and fast. Mona Love and I are sponsored by Black Seed Brothers. I implore somebody out there to join us for 1 to 3 days. Do 1 to 3 days of just watermelon. We got 18 days to go. We're almost at the halfway point. We got 18 more days of just watermelon. But Mondays, I don't eat or drink. Even on the watermelon challenge, I did not eat anything yesterday. No watermelon. I did not drink any watermelon. I did not drink any water. I was cutting watermelon. Some got on my finger almost, but I put it down, right? Because it's habit, right? Like we pick. So like it got on my finger. I almost licked it. Like, whoa, no. All right, so I'm thirsty. And I still did my show yesterday morning. I'm doing my show this morning. I've traveled. I had 2 long meetings yesterday, right? 3 hours worth of meetings yesterday, right? An hour phone call and a 2-hour in-person meeting we had to travel to and then travel back. I walked like 20 minutes, right? Yeah, so yeah, it's a lot. But fourth and final segment, our build of the day, how meditation changes the brain. I want to talk about that, how meditation, like, it's getting so much science out there now about the benefits of meditation, right? But how meditation changes the brain. It slows down the aging process while improving blood flow and overall brain function. Meditation positively impacts our ability to regulate our emotions, our intelligence, and our overall awareness. This is all brain function. When one meditates consistently, there is more theta activity in the brain. Eventually, if one continues meditation as part of their lifestyle, that increased theta activity persists even when one is at rest. And we got some stuff we want to read a little bit here. online, how meditation affects the brain. Meditation alters the brain in several ways, including enhancing neural connectivity, reducing stress and anxiety, improving focus, and, as I just mentioned, regulating emotions. It can also increase gray matter and alter brain waves, contributing to a greater sense of well-being. Specific brain changes, increased neural connectivity. Meditation strengthens connections between brain regions, particularly in areas related to attention, memory, and emotional regulation. Reduced anxiety in the default mode network, DMN. The DMN, the default mode network, is a network of brain regions active when the mind is wandering or daydreaming. Meditation can reduce activity in the DMN, leading to improved focus and attention. Changes in brain waves. Meditation can shift the brain from high alert to slower, more relaxed brain waves associated with calm, deep focus, and sleep. Right? Increased cortical thickness. Regular meditation practice can lead to increased cortical thickness, particularly in areas related to attention, sensory processing, and emotional regulation. Shrinking of the amygdala. The amygdala is the brain's stress response center. Meditation can decrease its size. Meditation, did you hear that? Meditation can decrease the size of the amygdala, right? Making the brain less reactive to stress triggers. Right. Whereas, and this is the goal of being a monk, right? Like something could happen and you don't respond in the way that someone who doesn't have this practice, their brain is not like this developed from meditation, will respond. You acknowledge that something has happened, and then you do the work to address it, to alleviate it, to heal it, to change it. Incredible. Benefits of these changes: improve cognitive functions. Meditation can enhance attention, working memory, spatial abilities, and long-term memory, right? So as you age, you can keep your memories, right? I'm able to remember things in detail from my youth, and I'm able to remember more things the more I meditate, right? And I need to meditate more, like multiple times a day, like specific time for meditation. Reduce stress and anxiety by calming the sympathetic nervous system and shrinking the amygdala. Meditation can help manage stress and anxiety. Enhance emotional regulation. Meditation can improve emotional awareness and the ability to regulate emotional responses. Greater sense of well-being. Meditation can lead to a greater sense of well-being, happiness, overall mental health. Potential for brain health. Meditation may help maintain brain health as we age and potentially slow down age-related thinning of the frontal cortex. In summary, meditation's impact on the brain is multifaceted, leading to both structural and functional changes that can improve cognitive function, emotional regulation, and overall well-being. Meditation is the shit, guys. Meditation is the absolute shit. I promise you it is. I promise you it is, right? I want to read something else, right? Line. Give me 1 second. Right? A 2024 study found that long-term meditation systematically cultivates 3 trainable mental skills, each with distinct neurological and emotional benefits. 1. Attentional training. Meditation strengthens your ability to sustain attention, monitor internal experience, and flexibly redirect focus. This is linked to greater perfusion in the temporal parietal regions, areas involved in awareness and focus. 2. Constructive reappraisal. Instead of suppressing or avoiding difficult emotions, meditation teaches you to reframe them. Example: cultivating self-compassion, empathy, and purpose. This skill was strongly tied to increased gray matter volume in the inferior frontal gyrus and higher blood flow in temporal occipital regions, which are areas linked to emotional regulation, empathy, and reappraisal. 3. Deconstructive insight. It's the capacity to see thoughts as mental events, not truths. Instead, you observe them arise and pass without identifying with them. Their brains, people who practice meditation, right, showed preserved perfusion in the temporal occipital cortex and orbitofrontal cortex, regions involved in self-referential processing and insight. Incredible news, incredible study. Meditation changes your whole brain function, changes your whole brain structure. You can literally rewire your whole brain, right, through meditation. Sefu said, I wonder its impact on dementia. Meditation can help dementia, right? But clearly the person has to, this is why you got to meditate. This is why meditation got to be part of your daily practice. This is why it has to be part of your daily practice, because when it's a practice and the earlier you start meditating, there should be no dementia. Right? There will be no dementia if you practice meditating. Even if there's injuries to the brain, yes, something could change that. But if you have the practice, you may go like, it's powerful, man. It's powerful. It's powerful. It's powerful. Yes, I'm on love day 13. Sefu said, my experience in the shelter system has allowed me to rewire my brain. Powerful stuff, my brother. Powerful stuff. Welcome to your love. Welcome to your love. Yo, guys, that's the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. That was a great episode. I can't wait. I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna turn these notes into an article, post on the website. I got a few other articles to post today on the website. I am gonna nap first. I was up pretty late, and I was in Brooklyn, so I had to get up early and travel home. Ride the train with Mona, right on her way to work. I'm coming home, do the show. I'm going to nap. I'm going to rest until about 11:30, and I'll get up. And I'll start some stuff, and I'm gonna break my fast. I'm gonna eat some watermelon. I'm gonna drink. Well, I don't got no juice. I got juice in the bowl. The watermelon sits. But I'm going to eat some watermelon at about noon, right? Which would be about 36 hours, right? 24 hours was midnight. 12 o'clock. Yeah, about 36 hours of breath. All right. I'll be eating some watermelon today. Getting back to the challenge. But y'all, love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Please be sure to join us right back here tomorrow, same time, same place, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Instagram Live. I'm your boy, your host, LaShawn Sugar Ray Martin. This is episode 365 of SRDaily. SRDaily, where personality meets enlightenment. We are 35 episodes away from our next milestone episode 400. And remember, it ain't getting knocked down. That's the problem. It's staying down. So get up. The power is in you. As always, be kind to yourself and be kind to each other. And remember, be limitless. I love you guys. Peace.